Hello students, in my previous video on quadrilaterals, I have explained the sums of 8a, and today in this video I am going to explain sums of 8b. Now question number 1, here it is given that a diagonal of a rectangle is inclined to one side of the rectangle at 25 degree. We are to find the acute angle between the diagonals. As no figure is given, let me consider A, B, C, D be a rectangle in which diagonals AC and BD intersect each other at O. And it is given that a diagonal of a rectangle is inclined to one side of the rectangle. So let me consider this is the diagonal and this angle is 25 degree. Clear? And we are to find the acute angle between the diagonals. That means here you can see here 4 angles are there. These 2 angles equal, these 2 angles equal. And out of these which are acute angle, that one we have to find. Clear? Let's start. So what I have written here, since this figure I have drawn, so we have to write let ABCD be a rectangle in which diagonals AC and BD intersect each other at O. And angle CAB equals to 25 degree. What we have to find? We have to find the acute angle between the diagonals. So these are the diagonals, we have to find the acute angle. Fine. Now we know diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other and are equal. So since diagonals of a rectangle are equal, AC will be equal to BD. So I can write AC by 2 equal to BD by 2. And AC by 2 is what? AC by 2 equals to AO and BD by 2 equals to BO. So in triangle AOB, you can see this side equals to this side. And since these two sides are equal, their opposite angles must be equal, because we know angles opposite to equal sides in a triangle are equal. So since it is 25, this also will be 25. So what we have written, since AO equals to BO, therefore angle OAB will be equal to angle OBA. Since this one is 25, this one also must be 25. I think this much is clear. Now if I consider the triangle OAB, this triangle, then sum of 3 angles will be 180. We know angle sum property. So angle AOB plus OAB plus OBA, sum of these 3 will be 180. Now AOB I don't know. This angle is not known to us. This angle is not known. This is 25, this is 25, is 180. So angle AOB will be 180 minus 25 plus 25 is 50. When it will go in the other side, it will become minus 50. So angle AOB equals to 130 degrees. So we got AOB. Since this angle is more than 90, so this is not acute angle. And as per the question, we have to find the acute angle. Now this angle we got 130. This plus this, sum of these two will be 180. We know linear pair. So since this is 130, this can be calculated. So now angle AOD plus AOB, sum of these two will be 180. So AOD I don't know, and AOB, already we got AOB equals to 130 equals to 180. So angle AOD equals to 180 minus 130. That means angle AOD equals to 50. This angle we got 50. And we have to find the acute angle. Therefore, acute angle between the diagonals is 50 degree. And I think all of you know that acute angle means an angle of measure which is less than 90. Let me discuss question number 2. It is given that in a parallelogram ABCD, prove that the sum of any two consecutive angles is 180 degree. So let's solve the sum. Here it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram, and we have to show the sum of any two consecutive angles. I can consider these two or these two. Sum of two consecutive angles equals to 180. Fine. Now how to prove this one? We know opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So suppose if I consider this one to be x, this also will be x. And if I consider this to be y, this also will be y. So we know opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So A equal to C equal to x. We have considered this to be x and these two to be y. Now in this parallelogram ABCD, we know sum of 4 angles equals to 360. So here x plus y will be how much? 360. So here we have written, in case of parallelogram ABCD, angle A plus B plus C plus D equals to how much? Equals to 360. Now we have considered A and C to be x and B and D to be y. So instead of A, I can write x. Instead of B, y. Again x, again y equal to 360. How many x? 2x. And how many y's? 2y. So I can write 2x plus 2y is 360. 2 taken common. X plus y is 360. X plus y will be 360 by 2. That means 180. And x and y, as per the figure, x and y we can consider angle A and angle B. Therefore, sum of angle A plus angle B is 180 degree. So we can prove that sum of any two consecutive angles is 180 degree. Let me discuss question number 3. If an angle of a parallelogram is 2/3 of its adjacent angle, find the angles of the parallelogram. Now let me discuss the sum. Here, let ABCD be a parallelogram, and here it is given that two adjacent angles, one angle is 2/3 of the other. Let angle A be x, then angle B will be 2/3 x. I cannot consider this x and this is 2/3 x because out of these two angles, this angle is greater. So you have to consider this one x, and 2/3 x is smaller than x. So this one will be 2/3 x. Clear? So what I have written here, let ABCD be a parallelogram, and angle B is 2/3 of angle A, and we are to find the angles of this parallelogram. Fine. Now we have considered angle A to be x, then B will be 2/3 of x, and we know opposite angles of a parallelogram are always equal. So if angle A is x, angle C also will be x, and angle B is 2/3 of x, that means angle D also 2/3 of x. Fine. Now we know these are parallel lines because it is a parallelogram. This one parallel to this one parallel to this. And whenever two parallel lines are there, sum of consecutive interior angles will be 180. That means angle A plus angle B will be 180. So A, how much we have taken? X, and B is 2/3 of x. So x plus 2/3 of x will be 180. Take LCM. Here it is x means x by 1. LCM will be 3. 3 by 1, 3. 3x. 3 divided by 3, 1. 1 into 2, 2x equals to 180. So 5x by 3 is 180. X will be 180 into 3 by 5. If I cross multiply, 3 will be in the numerator and 5 will be in the denominator. Now 180 divided by 5, it will give you 36. 36 into 3, 108. Therefore, x is 108. Now we know angle A and C is x. So angle A and angle C both will be 108. And B and D is 2/3 of x, 2/3 of 108. Cancel, you will get 36. 36 to the 72. That means A and C will be 108 and B and D will be 72. So these are the four angles of the parallelogram. Question number 4. Here in the figure ABCD, it is given that this is a parallelogram in which angle DAB is given as 80 degree, angle DBC is given as 60 degree. We are to find angle CDB. CDB we are to calculate, and angle ADB. These two angles we are to calculate. In figure ABCD, it is given that this is a parallelogram. This angle is 60 and this angle is 80. We are to find angle CDB and angle ADB. That means these two angles we have to calculate. Okay. Now, since AD is parallel to BC, these two sides are parallel because it is a parallelogram. So, angle ADB will be equals to DBC because this line and this line parallel. So, obviously, if this is 60, this also will be 60. These angles are called alternate interior angles. So, since this is 60, this also will be 60. So, we got ADB. Now, in angle ADB, we know this angle is how much? This angle is 60, this angle is 80, but this angle is not known. So, what can we do? We can use angle sum property. In triangle ADB, in this triangle, angle DAB plus angle ADB plus angle ABD. Clear? This angle, and this angle. Sum of these three will be 180. And already we got this is 60 means this one is 60. So in this triangle ADB, 80 plus 60 plus angle ABD. Sum of these three will be 180. So instead of angle DAB, we will write 80. Instead of angle ADB, we are writing 60 plus angle ABD equals to 180. Now just simply add 80 plus 60 will be how much? 80 plus 60 will be 140 plus angle ABD is 180. Angle ABD will be 180 minus 140. So ABD equals to 180 minus 140 is 40. Now if you see this figure, again this angle and this angle will be equal because these two lines are parallel, so these are alternate interior angles. As we got this angle to be 40, so definitely this angle will be 40, so we can write like this. Again angle CDB equals to ABD, alternate interior angles, so angle CDB equals to 40. That means the given whatever angles are required already we have calculated. This one will be 60 and this one will be 40. So question number 5. Here ABCD is a parallelogram in which angle BAO, this is given as 35. Angle DAO, this is given 40 degrees. And angle COD, this angle is 105. What we have to find? We have to find angle ABO, this angle we have to calculate. ODC, this angle you have to calculate. ACB, this angle, and CBD, this angle, these four. So since it is a long sum, we will do step by step, otherwise you will be confused. We will start with angle ABO. So just see the sum how to do. Now these are the angles which are given and we have to find these four. Okay. Now angle AOB and COD, these two angles are equal na? Vertically opposite angles. If this angle is 105, this angle also must be 105. This angle will be 105. So what we have written? Angle AOB equal to DOC. Angle AOB equal to DOC. Why? They are vertically opposite angles. So since it is 105, this also will be 105. So this one we got. Now here in this triangle AOB, this angle I know, this angle I know, this angle can be calculated because we know sum of these three angles will be 180. So in triangle AOB, angle AOB plus OAB plus ABO, sum of these three angles will be 180. AOB already you know 105, OAB 35, ABO is not known, is 180. Just add this to 140. Now you transfer this 140 in the other side. So ABO will be 180 minus 140, 40 degree. So the first angle that we have to calculate ABO we got, and ABO will be 40 degree. Now in the second part, we have to calculate angle ODC. Now ODC and OBA will be equal because these two sides are parallel. So this 40 and this angle must be equal because they are alternate interior angles. So we can write angle ODC. ODC will be equals to OBA, or someone can write ABO. Clear? They are alternate interior angles. So this, since this is 40 degree, so this also will be 40 degree. So second part also we got. Third part is angle ACB. We have to calculate angle ACB. Again, this line and this line parallel. So this one 40, this one should be 40. So we can write angle ACB will be equal to angle DAC. Angle ACB, that means this angle will be equal to this. And since this is 40, this also will be 40 degree. Third part also we got. And in the fourth part, we have to calculate angle CBD. That means CBD we have to calculate. Clear? Now in angle BOC, we know this exterior angle equals to sum of interior opposite angles. Suppose we are having a triangle like this angle plus this angle must be equal to the exterior angle. This one is 40, 40 plus OBC equal to 105. So OBC will be 105 minus 40 and 105 minus 40 will be 65. This way we got all the angles. So first one will be 40, second one will be 40, third one 40, fourth one will be 65. In question number 6 it is given, prove that the diagonals of a square are equal and perpendicular to each other. ABCD be a square and the diagonals AC and BD intersect each other at O. What we have to prove? Diagonals are equal and perpendicular. So AC equals to BD and AC perpendicular to BD. These two things we have to prove. Okay. So first of all we are going to take two triangles ADC and BCD. If I draw it separately for our understanding, in triangle ABC and BCD, AD equals to BC, because we know all the sides of a square are equal. So AD equals to BC. This angle is 90, this angle is 90, because all the angles of a square are always 90 degree. So second part and third part, CD and CD common. So what we got from these two triangles? Side, angle, side, side, angle, side. Triangles are congruent, and as triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts must be equal. So AC equals to BD. So side, angle, side. So triangles are congruent. Therefore AC equal to BD by CPCT. So already we have proved that diagonals are equal in length. Now we have to prove that they are perpendicular. For this, we are considering triangle AOD and COD. In these two triangles, this part equal to this part, AO equal to OC. Why? Because diagonals of a square bisect each other. So AO and OC, these two parts will be equal. OD is common in both the triangles, and AD equals to DC, because sides of a square are always equal. So if I consider these two triangles, side, side, and this side, so by SSS rule, triangle AOD and COD are congruent, and since they are congruent, this angle and this angle must be equal. Okay, by CPCT. Now sum of these two angles will be 180, because these two are on the same straight line. So by linear pair, sum of the angles will be 180. Since these two angles are equal, I can write twice of angle COD, because these two angles are equal. I can write twice of angle COD is 180. So angle COD will be 90. Since angle COD 90, that means AC is perpendicular to BD, and already we have proved before that AC equals to BD. Therefore AC equals to BD and AC perpendicular to BD. So we can say that diagonals of a square are always equal and perpendicular to each other. Question number 7. It is given that the diagonals of a rectangle ABCD meet at O. If angle BOC is 44, we are to find angle OAD. So I have drawn the figure ABCD. Let this be the rectangle in which diagonals AC and BD, they intersected each other at O, and angle BOC equals to 44. We are to find angle OAD. OAD. This angle we need to calculate. Clear? Now we know this angle and this angle are equal because they are vertically opposite angles. So if this is 44, this also will be 44. That's why we have written angle AOD equals to angle BOC. AOD, BOC are equal because they are vertically opposite angles. So this one we got 44. First part clear? Now diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other and are equal. So we know diagonals are equal. So I can write AC equals to BD. And since they bisect, that means AO equals to DO. So directly we are using the property that diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other and are equal. So since AC equals to, just imagine that AC equals to BD. So AC by 2 will be equals to BD by 2. And what is AC by 2? AC by 2 will be OA, and BD by 2 is OD. So directly we are writing OD equals to OA. Clear? So here this side equals to this side. Since these two sides are equal, their opposite angles must be equal. So angle OAD and angle ODA, these two angles must be equal. In a triangle, if these two sides are equal, their opposite angles are equal. So in this triangle, this side and this side are equal. So their opposite angles, this angle and this angle, must be equal. Let me draw this figure. AOD, this one is 44 and these two angles equal. So we can write in triangle AOD, AOD plus OAD plus ODA. Sum of these triangles 180. First one already we know 44. So 44 plus OAD plus ODA equals to 180. Because these two angles are equal, so we can write OAD, OAD in both the cases. So twice OAD equals to 180 minus 44. So OAD, this minus this, it will be 136, and these two we have just divided. So it will be 136 degree by 2. That means angle OAD will be 68. In question number 8, it is given ABCD is a rectangle with angle ABD equals to 40. we have to determine angle DBC. So here ABCD is a rectangle in which this angle is 40 and we have to find angle DBC. This angle we have to calculate. Fine. Now ABC, this total angle is 90 degree. We know in a rectangle all the angles is of measure 90 degree. So total is 90. Okay. So angle ABC equals to 90. This angle means ABD plus DBC, sum of this to 90. So 40 plus DBC 90. So DBC equal to 90 minus 40. Angle DBC equal to 90 minus 40, 50. So it's quite a simple sum. Just you have to use the property that each angle in a rectangle is 90 degree. Let me discuss the next sum, that is question number 9. The sides AB and CD of a parallelogram ABCD are bisected at E and F, and we have to prove that EBFD is a parallelogram. Now just see, then question will be clear. Here it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram. E and F are the midpoints of AB and CD. E is the midpoint of AB, F is the midpoint of CD, and it is given that we have to prove EBFD. This part is a parallelogram. This one we have to prove. Clear? Now here, since it is a parallelogram, we know opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So AB will be equal to CD. So AB equal to CD, opposite sides of a parallelogram. And since E and F are the midpoints, so we can just divide AB by 2 and CD by 2. AB by 2 will be equal to EB because E is the midpoint, and CD by 2 will be equal to DF because DF is the midpoint. So instead of AB by 2, we have written EB, and instead of CD by 2, we have written FD. Now again, since this is a parallelogram, this and this sides are parallel. So these two sides are parallel and these two sides are equal. Therefore, EBFD is a parallelogram. In question number 10, it is given, if an angle of a parallelogram is 4/5 of its adjacent angle, find the angles of the parallelogram. This sum is almost same as question number 3. So this sum you can do yourself. Let me do the last one, that is question number 11. The lengths of the diagonals of a rhombus are 24 cm and 18 cm respectively. Find the length of each side of the rhombus. Simple question, that ABCD is a rhombus in which it is given that diagonals AC and BD intersect each other at O. Here it is given AC is 24 and BD is 18. We have to find the length of each side, this side or this side, because we know in a rhombus all the sides are equal. I have drawn AOB, only this part separately for our understanding. So how to solve this sum? We know diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angles. So AO equals to OC, 24 by 2, that is 12, and BO equals to DO. BO equals to DO will be half of 18, that is 9. And angle AOB is 90. That means this angle is 90 degree. This one is 12. This one is 9. We have to find this side. So we have to use Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle AOB, AB square will be, this is B. So AB square will be AO square plus BO square. So AB square is 12 square plus 9 square. What is 12 square? 144. 9 square is 81. If I add, I am going to get 225. So AB square is 225. AB will be root over 225. That is 15, because 15 into 15 is 225. Therefore, and if you don't remember the square of 225, you can do root over 225. Now just prime factorize 225 with 3. 3 7 is 21, 15, 3 5 is 15, with 3 again 25, with 5, 5 5 is 25. So you can write 3 square into 5 square. That means 3 into 5. Okay, 3 into 5, 15. Instead of directly, you can do this way also. So AB we got 15. And what is AB? AB is one of the side of a rhombus, and we know all the sides of a rhombus are equal. Since we got AB equals to 15, that means each side of the rhombus is 15. In the next video, I am going to show you sums of 8C. That's all for today. Take care, bye bye, and wait for the next part.